Internet, good morning, my name is Magnitude, and welcome to GBA Season 5, Week 11 versus the Boston Red Sox. Wi-Fi has been the worst thing ever for me in the last 3 weeks. This is my third game of Showdown in a row. If you know anything about me, I hate Showdown so much. It drives me nuts, I don't like it, but I'm forced to be on here to get a game for you guys every single week, and of course, I want to play too, so it's a couple selfish reasons. For some reason, I'm on the other side. I don't know why. I played and clicked my own replay, but put on the other side. But nonetheless, and all that shit, we are here. Like I said, I'm on the other side. I get an interesting look at this. So, my opponent has Rotom Cut, Skarmory, Mienshao, Cresselia, Manaphy, and Metagross. I thought for a while about what I wanted to lead with, and I decided we are going to go and lead with Rotom. Can I play with no sound effects at all? Alright, fantastic. So we lead with Metagross, and I lead with my Rotom. Now here I thought for a while, you know what, he does switch, but I thought he might actually want to get up a sub, think I'm just going to Volt Switch, and then, go faster, and he gets a free sub on whatever I go into. So I figure I am Scarfed, going to fire off a Will-O-Wisp, but he's going to go into his Rotom Cut, and he gets burned, so that's fine. Now we find out that I'm just going to flat switch some Scarf and go into my Heatran as he decides to go for a trick, which I have a Choice Scarf, and he is one too. So the whole point, now you might think that my Rotom isn't Choice Scarf, which is nice. He is going to Volt Switch, it does a lot of damage. I guess I'm off on Heatran. He goes into Cresselia. I thought he was going to go into Manaphy, so I just fire off a Hidden Power Grass. He does not. He goes into this thing. Now here I think he's just going to go for a Thunder Wave, so I'm going to go into Rotom, and he does in fact Thunder Wave. That's going to work out for me. He's going to switch, going to go back into his Rotom Cut, and I am just going to Volt Switch, and now I have the Switch initiative that I've been hoping for this entire game, and that is in the form of Sanka. He's not dead, man. He's not dead. He Volt Switch, that's more appropriate damage. I get something. Goes into Cressemon, and I'm going to... We are just swapping everything, man. We're turning out everybody. So, now here I go into Gardevoir. Now, I Trace Levitate. I toyed with the idea of going for Shadow Ball here, thinking he might, he might go into Metagross. The Shadow Ball is super effective on this, but if he goes into Mienshao, predicting a Shadow Ball, he might. It would not work out for me because he's probably gonna be faster than me. So, I figure, you know what, Hyper Voice is just the best option. It's early game. I can't take any risks. If he ends up making a super godlike prediction going into Mienshao, then that'll benefit me. If he goes into Metagross, then I'll have to deal with that appropriately. But I decide after that, you know what, fuck it. I don't want to get Thunder Waved. All that thought aside, into Rotom Wash! And he goes into this, so it wouldn't have even paid off at all. So now, I was like, you know what, if you want to Thunder Wave me, because I count the Hyper Voice couldn't kill if he was special defensive, but the fact that he switched out means he's physically defensive. I haven't seen his item yet, it's not left over, it's probably Colbert Barrett, but he goes on a Talmon. Here, I really didn't know. Alright, he goes for knockoff. I really didn't. I toyed with, what to do in that spot for a while. I really had no idea. If he went for a U-turn, I kind of want to go to Gardevoir, but if he U-turn into Metagross, I was in trouble. If I heat, it's just, I think that was just the best option. I don't really need to slow things down. I feel it's just, I was the best option. So I go into Rotom now, and I'm immediately going to threaten him out as he U-turns, and that's totally fine with me. I don't mind that at all, really. And he's going to kill, he has his switch every single time, and I'm going to Volt Switch out of there now. But it's going to, it's been just withering that Rotom down. So I go into Trap Card. He's actually going to go for a trick to give me a Choice Scarf, but I'm going to fire off a motherfucking Fire Blast Skuntank, taking out the Rotom. So now I'm Scarf. Now I can outspeed shit, but he goes into Marine Angemon, and now I know, you know what, he's going to fucking Tail Glow me, and I am not happy about that at all, or Tail Glow himself. So he Tail Glows. He's at +3, and I know this is the point in the game. Luckily I'm Scarf, I can fire off Hidden Power Grass. This is the point in the game where Heatran is going to do some damage and then immediately die. However, I put him in range where a Hyper Voice can take him out. So this is a Colossal turn of the game here. I'll have to pause it. This is a Colossal turn. Back to when I was thinking about predicting a move with Cresselia, what's that switched out. If Hyper Voice will kill, Shadow Ball will not kill. If I Shadow Ball predicting him to go into Metagross, and he doesn't, he's going to take me out with the Sith. If I Hyper Voice and he goes into Metagross, I'm going to do like 20%. Or 35%. 20 is a little on the low end. About 35%. If he stays in, predicting me to switch on Hyper Voice, we can speed tie. I can still lose the speed tie. Or I'm going to lose the speed tie here. So I gotta hope that he is modest and not timid. Because if he's modest, then it'll be a speed tie. If he's timid, then he's going to out-speed me his base Gardevoir. So here I make a bold play. He is going to switch out and go into fucking Metagross as I Mega Evolve and fire off a Hyper Voice. That is Assault Vest damage. No, I didn't know that. I thought it was Scarf at the time. I thought he might have been super bulky. He goes for that headbutt. Now here again, I think he's Scarf. I thought he was Scarf. So he's going to go... oh my god. I thought... Okay. I went for Will-O-Wisp for one reason alone. Because if he was... Okay, this is... If I went for Volt Switch and he stayed in, I would have outsped him. And I would have something take a, if he was not Scarf. Okay? Which, I thought he was Scarf, but looking at the damage, then I realized he was Assault Vest. So the thought that he was Scarf didn't last very long. If I Volt Switched and went first, I would have to switch something into Metagross damage, and I couldn't risk that. Nothing I have left. So I had to go for a Will-O-Wisp on the chance that he stayed in, or perhaps went into Will-O-Wisp I think was the safer play there. Volt switching wasn't safe to me because I knew I would go first, and I would have to switch something in. I don't think he was going for that headbutt again. I couldn't just bring in Skuntank. Not at this point, because I know now his Metagross is a Scarf, so I can outspeed him and deal super effective crunch damage. So I had to keep Skuntank around. I don't want Gardevoir taking damage. And Haxorus is why that's still at full. So Volt Switch to me wasn't an option there because I had to try, and actually the shitty thing is I ended up missing Will-O-Wisp. So it's going to allow him to just keep getting damage on. I'm just going to flat out now. Trying to bait him into going for Energy Ball, and he does. So I don't know, he's going to leftovers back. I'm going to get my Black Slip. If he was fucking Burn, man. So he goes into Cressimon. Look at this shit. Crit with the Cobra Berry. I get the defense drop. Does 28%. I was not convinced I could take out this Cresselia. I was not. It was possible, but if he was max, and even if he's at minus defense, I'm only a Skuntank. He's a fucking Cresselia. Like, with crit with a Cobra Berry did 28%. So I say, you know what? If I don't kill, I lose. If he goes for Thunder Wave, that'd be cool, right? So he does Thunder Wave. Now, this is the game where I think, you know what? He's gonna fucking predict me to switch, or Volt Switch. I'm gonna give him a Choice Scarf. Now he's locked into Moonlight. Now he has to switch. He fucking has to. Goes in a Tanktramon, and I almost Will-O-Wisp there. If I Will-O-Wisp there on his switch, that would have been an amazing play, but I didn't. So I got Mold Breaker now. I'm like, if he's got Ice Punch, he can eat my balls. Goes into Skarmory, and I Dragon Dance once. I figure this is what we're gonna do. He's gonna Whirlwind me. I'm gonna taunt the fuck out of him. He can't Whirlwind me. The entire job of this thing is to take down that fucking stupid piece of shit Skarmory. If I gotta go down too, if we're gonna tell, I'm gonna trade Axis for Skarmory, because once Skarmory's out of the way, Mega Gardevoir has a legitimate chance of sweeping this with Skuntank support. Or Skuntank come in after and clean up if I can get damage on everything with Mega Gardevoir. That is what can happen here. Goes for a so now I've kind of put him in a range where he can't really, he doesn't want anything to take hits at all. He's 30%, I got Rotom Wash, he has to stay in and let me Volt Switch. It's going to give him initiative, but it is also going to make it, I have something faster than this whole team now in this. So, Trap Card, coming on through, Crunch 140 on the nose, Defense Drop, baby! Defense Drop! These defense drops are just, oh my god, they're crucial. He's going to want to try to save that, and he's going to go, unfortunately he has this, which, if I had fucking Play Rough instead of Hone Claws, this would have been but I don't. So we go to Rotom Wash, and he's going to U-turn, kind of like I thought he would. And again, I'm Scarf, or not Scarf, I was Scarf Rotom, so. Now he goes in Angemon, and I have to kind of let I have to kind of let Rotom die, but again, still alive. We still alive. Those leftovers are huge. Now this again, like Hyper Voice. So I want a Shadow Ball. Like I thought about just, but he at this point, you know, he has to make that play. So he goes in a Tank Shot. I have Shadow Sneak here. I probably should have used Shadow Sneak and just tried to let Skuntank clean up, but actually, because Skuntank cleaning, it would have allowed this to take. It would have allowed me to take him out with the Shadow Sneak damage, and then had a chance to super crit everybody. But Aftermath takes him down, so it's only a 2-0. So Skuntank got some kills. I ended up losing, and I'm out of the playoffs. But I feel like it was a good game. You know, I took some risks here. I didn't take some other risks there, and in the end, I lose out of the playoffs. But we got 1 week left, and we ain't going down for nobody. I think actually we have the #1 pick in the draft right now, which actually it depends on what Crimson does this week. I'm trying to go when it's -15. No. The Sea Kings are down there, so if they win, it's a race for the #1 pick. But I'm racing for wins, not picks. See you guys next time.